This week on Freshly Cultured, Mandi spent some time with Bidanya Barassa, a woman who describes herself as passionate, a lover of life, family-oriented, confident, a pusher, a leader, and a multi-potentialite.
It's such a beautiful sunny day in Nairobi to sit down with another beautiful lady who's going to be our guest today. I'm talking about Bidanya Barassa. When I talk about women who have conquered a lot of things, she's one woman I look up to, mainly because of the fact that 10 years ago she was diagnosed with colon cancer, and she's made sure to do every single thing to beat it. And as she's been beating it, she started a mentorship. She's gone ahead to still even be a model. She's gone ahead to be in leadership positions and marketing. And today we'll get to find out much more about her, get to juice with her as well. And the most delicious part is we're gonna be making something courtesy of Fresh Fry. I hope she's hungry. Oh my God, hi girl, how you doing?
How are you?
It really sucks you can't hug, but I'm excited to be in your home, to cook with you, to juice with you, and to learn more about you.
Oh, welcome. I'm so happy to see you.
In 1999, Bidanya became Mnet's first face of Africa while fresh out of high school. Her mum convinced her to attend Kelu Modeling School after she noticed Bidanya's lack of interest in the usual computer package programs that most young people do immediately after high school. She started booking gigs almost immediately, but despite her early success, she didn't take modeling seriously as a career until she started making money from it and booked runway shows all around the world.
I grew up in Nairobi, Nairobi West at that time actually. And as a child, I remember being a super tomboy. I mean, I wasn't girly at all. I loved playing out in the field, out getting my hands dirty. I loved swimming a lot as a child. Humble beginnings with my mom. I'm from a single parent. My mom who raised me and made me who I am today.
I'm actually super excited to be here, and I think we should just start off by saying juicing a day takes the doctor away or keeps the unhealthiness away.
Yeah.
So one of the rituals that you have is every morning when you wake up, you juice.
Yes.
Right? And what does Bidanya's juicing consist of? What are some of the vegetables you gravitate towards?
Definitely carrots. 40% of all my juicing is carrots.
Okay, so we have that here.
Amazing. We have that here. And then a little bit of vitamin C. So I like the orange because it makes it taste super nice.
Okay.
And then watermelon for hydration, and also it creates a nice feel in the mouth. And again, many benefits on the watermelon. And ginger is a must.
Okay.
So definitely ginger, carrot, that's a must, that's a base.
Okay.
And then at times I do add beetroot.
Okay.
Cucumber. And at times I just wake up and you want something fancy, I can put in kiwi. You can do broccoli if you want. So the good thing about juicing is you can definitely juice whatever your heart desires. That's a good thing about juicing.
And you started juicing about 10 years ago.
Yes.
When you were diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
And you've made it a part of your lifestyle consistently.
In 2010, Bidanya received some devastating news, but it's not the situation in life, it's rather how it's handled.
Yeah, so before I got colon cancer, I already had called my mom and I told her I think I have colon cancer, which is something you should never do. Never call on something that you don't want to happen to you because it's a power in words. And then mom was like, oh, no, you just think too much, really too much. So I think I saying that saying that out loud, I think prepared me for the journey for some reason. And I remember when I was driving to Tetra Pak to work that morning before my exams the next day, because I had to do a colonoscopy the next day.
Bidanya is highly spiritual and describes herself as powerful and full of faith.
I was talking to God, I was talking in the car, and I was like, my life is too perfect. My boyfriend at that time was perfect. Work was going well. I was in the position that I wanted to be in. I was happy, good friends, enjoying life. I'm like, I won't be surprised if this comes into my life for a reason, because maybe I'm going through the wrong direction. So already I had those thoughts. And the night before I did my colonoscopy, I was in bed and I teared a bit. And I was like, God, I don't know what this could be, but it could easily be cancer because the signs, I was constipated, there was blood in my stool. The doctor's done everything else. It's just a colonoscopy that was going to tell us whether it's colon cancer or not. So I teared a little. And so the next day when the doctor told me immediately that it's colon cancer, I was first shocked by the way the doctor said it, because the doctor was like, over my dead body, it's cancer. Over my dead body. I'm like, what? is that how you talk to patients? Aren't you supposed to say, hey, are you okay? You know, there's a way you can tell someone. But he told me that, and then I was on gear mode. What was going through my head is like, I want this thing out. What do I need to do? You know, for me, I was thinking strategy. When I did my surgery, I really didn't think I'll have to go through chemotherapy. So after 2 weeks in hospital, the oncologist walks in and tells me I have to do chemotherapy. Now that's where it really came and dawned to me that this thing is real, huh? Chemotherapy, and we hear about chemotherapy, what it does. So that's when I realized that it's actually cancer and we have to do chemotherapy. First, I'd said no for about 5 minutes. Mom was there and she's like, what do you mean? You want to die? So the minute she said death, I'm like, of course not. Of course not. So I agreed to do chemotherapy, but that's the time I really cried. I cried for some time, I think for maybe an hour or so. Then that's when I spoke to God. That's when we put a pact. I spoke to him and I told him, okay, let's do this, but let's agree this and that won't happen. I won't fall sick. My hair won't fall out. I'll still travel. I'll still go to work. I won't make little C change my life. After that pact, I was at peace for some reason. I was at peace. I was like, okay, we're going to go through this and things are going to be okay. So it was 12 months of chemotherapy. And every month I used to count down. I used to call it, I'm going for my cocktail. Even in the office, I'll tell guys, it's time for my cocktail, every 3 weeks. But I didn't go through the denial stage, the anger stage. No, I didn't have that. And I think it's very important, accepting something so you can actually deal with them. The minute you're in denial, that's what eats you up. So I accepted. I was like, what's the strategy? I know God is with me. I'm going to do this. And yeah, let's go to war.
Bidanya is now the brand ambassador for the Nairobi Hospice and now runs Top Image Africa, a one-stop below-the-line advertising and field force agency founded in 1995 by her mum, Jennifer Barassa, that operates in 12 African countries. As of 2020, Bidanya is 10 years cancer-free. For Bidanya, it's all about maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and it starts every morning.
So, I feel like I've prepped everything that you need for our juice.
For our juice.
Yes.
This morning.
Yes. So how do we go about this?
So I normally start with ginger, the hard stuff. If I had beetroot, I'd also put ginger and beetroot, but now we just have the orange. So I put ginger, then I put in some orange, and then I put some ginger again, just to alternate and to also help the juice around. And then you just press, voila. So you keep on alternating, then I'll put in the carrots. And the good thing about this, you don't really have to do much work. You just feed in the juicer. Juicing is to start my day off. Okay. It's just to cleanse, helping to detox my body. Because after sleeping and you're waking up, your body is still detoxificating. Yeah. It's going through detoxification. So I help my body out. And then after 30 minutes, that's when I think about having my breakfast.
You were diagnosed and you started doing the juicing. Yeah. Where did you find a lot of the recipes? Did you just spend time on the internet? Did you just concoct your own recipes? What did you do when you sparked that curiosity?
Yeah, I did read a lot, and I stumbled about carrot juice and how carrot juice has helped some people with breast cancer, how carrot juice is super amazing for anti-cancer. And then there's a book I read where it was telling me, if you're a fast, you're just starting to juice, start easy, do some carrot juice with apple because of the sweetness and ginger. Then that was my base. And then later on, I did research on the benefits of all these fruits and vegetables. So you can actually add cold water into this mix if you find it too sweet. You can also put in some ice cubes. Some people also add in lemon, so you can squeeze in some lemon. And the good thing about juicing, of course, my base was carrots, apple, and ginger, but now you can add so many things.
Can you add a hint of cinnamon as well?
Whatever you want.
That's what I would do. So this is called the bee juice.
The bee juice.
The bee juice. Yeah. Beyonce should be jealous.
Oh, yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. What do you think?
Okay, so what I really love is the ginger is the right amount of kick for me, because I know ginger has a chili undertone.
Yeah.
so it's just the right amount. And then the carrot brings in the sweetness in between all of that. That's so beautiful. Like you said, the squeeze of lemon would add the zing.
Yes.
And do you drink this in like one gulp sometimes, or like you take your time?
Take your time, because you also have to help your digestive system. But most of the time, depending on how I woke up, at times I'm super thirsty. And the good thing, honestly, Mandi, is after I work out the night before, I wake up in the morning craving juice, and I feel like it's feeding my muscles. We know the benefits of beetroot and watermelon. It's actually good for your muscles, either as a pre-workout or a post-workout.
Especially for recovery of the muscles.
Exactly.
Yes.
So at times I'm drinking and I can't stop. I'm like, B, can you just chill? So I'll take this, sit down, sip on it for about 10 minutes, and then I start the day.
Bee's juice needs Mandi's food.
And we've started with the base.
Yes, the perfect base.
With the faith I have, I already knew I was healed. The minute I finished my chemotherapy, it was a week before my birthday on the 16th of October. I finished on the 11th. I celebrated life and also celebrated being cancer-free. I didn't believe that I needed to wait for a doctor to come and tell me that. I already knew in my heart and faith, that I'm free. But of course, when you go do the test, I did another colonoscopy 1 year after, 2 years later, and also went to India to do a PET scan just to make sure there are no cancer cells in my body. And apparently a PET scan is also not good for you because of radiation. But anyway, but in my heart, I didn't have any fear. I knew I was gonna be okay. But we have to do these tests. So of course, when I got the news, there's nothing, there's no growth, I'm great, my blood tests are perfect. Of course, I thank God and celebrated. Every day I give him thanks. The oncologists and the doctors, they say, good, done, finished, bye. There's nothing else. They don't give you a book to, hey, this is how you have to do to prevent a recurrence. This is what you need to do to live healthy because the cause could have been this or a lifestyle. No. So I had to go and read a lot. I needed to read a lot about cancer. What is it? Why does it come about? Yes, 5% is hereditary. What about the 95%? And through that, that's when I discovered the beauty of juicing. Through that, I discovered there's a guy who had colon cancer stage 3, and right now he's 16 years cancer-free. And he did not do chemo. He did pure raw diet and juicing. So I really did learn through him and all the ingredients, the ginger, the beetroot, the carrots, watermelon, all the greens. And through him, that's when I got an understanding that juicing is important. And then he would share other studies. Other people would come out who had breast cancer and they did heal their cancer. It's not everyone. It depends, of course, the stage and also the aggressive of the cancer, but they're able to prevent and also protect themselves. So this guy, he had colon cancer literally 6 years before me. He did not do surgery. He did surgery, but he did not do chemotherapy, and he believes in this juicing, and it actually helped. So I was like, okay, I need to start juicing. And if you look at the ingredients, ginger, antiviral, anti-cancer, antibacterial, watermelon, amazing anti-cancer properties. You have carrots, amazing, again, beta-carotene. So there are many, many ingredients in the juices and vegetables that are actually very preventive. And so I was like, okay, I take this into my system, fasting in the morning, it does the work. And so I've been doing that for the last 9 years. So that's how I got into the phase of juicing. And I believe I've been 10 years cancer-free. My cancerversary was October last month, 10 years. I believe, of course, it's by the grace of God, but also by my lifestyle, the juicing. Super important, nutrition. And then, of course, working out. Cancer cannot feed or does not thrive in an oxygenated body. So you're working out, you're bringing air, it's a life force. Then you have no stress. I told myself, I'm not going to be stressed. No one is going to stress my life. If you stress my life, you're out. I'm sorry. Life is too short. Sleeping. So I needed to learn, what do I need to eliminate from my diet? What do I need to introduce to my diet in order for my body to be able to fight? Because all of us, unfortunately, do have cancer cells, but it's the strength of your immunity that protects you. My immunity was compromised, so my job is to make sure my immunity is strong and ready to fight. So that's what I do with my lifestyle talk. It's about building your immunity. Let it protect you. You have armies in our bodies that can protect us. My purpose really in life and my motivation is to inspire people to really, really look at their diet so they can reduce their risk, because cancer is on the increase. All these lifestyle diseases are on the increase.
So we have juiced, relaxed, and I've been cooking up a feast, and I want us to continue the feast, right? So we're gonna be making two things. We have chicken breast here that we're gonna be grilling, and we have a salad. So I'm gonna be having you make me the salad. I'll just give you instructions as we're doing it. So in the meantime, just take the big bowl and dump everything that's here for you into that bowl. Excellent. Now, while she does that, I'm gonna be grabbing my fresh fry oil, drizzling it on top of the chicken. How are you doing there so far?
I'm great.
Okay.
What about the
Cashews go last.
They go last.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have a blend of mixture here, which is paprika, some herbs de Provence, a little bit of black pepper as well. So we're just gonna drizzle this onto the chicken. So this is a quick rub that you can make at home. In the meantime, take the forks there and you can be tossing in.
And what about the lemon that comes last too?
Yes, that comes last. And have you always gravitated towards the fact that clean eating is going to be a part of your lifestyle, like now permanently, with the fact that, you know, you had cancer?
Yeah, because it's really part of it. I mean, guys, our immunity is all driven by what we take in, so you really, really have to work on that. And it's not hard, you know, especially here in Kenya, here in Africa. Clean eating shouldn't be so difficult.
It really shouldn't, actually, because you have access to all the food that you're looking for. Now that you've mixed everything in the salad, you can go ahead and add in some of this dania. Just a few, just for flavor.
Chop it into few. Super healthy too, right?
Yeah. As somebody who grew up with a single mom, right? What are some of the things that you've really drawn from her? Because you've just been the two of you guys, right? What are some things that she's really taught you, inspired you along the way that you live by consistently?
My mom has taught me that you have to give your all. Hard work pays. Yes, luck can be part of it, but hard work pays. You have to keep on doing your best. You have to look at ways in which improving yourself. Never accept a no. A no might be might be a good reason, but there's something else you can do. She has a can't do attitude. So if someone tells her to do something, she says, yeah, I can. Then she goes at the back and says, oh my God, how am I going to do it? I actually grew up, you know, being in a relationship with God, which I've seen also has made a very big difference in my life. But yeah, she's a go-getter. Oh, you cannot tell my mom no. She'll be like, what? I can do this, I can do that. And she'll show it and she will make sure it works out. And that is something I also got from her, definitely.
Now, as we're getting ready to fry up this chicken situation, so I don't like to overcook my chicken. Would you say you overcook your chicken, or how do you like your chicken moist, juicy?
Yeah, I love it moist.
Yeah. How early on were you introduced into your family business?
Family business I joined about 5 years ago.
Okay.
But I did my internship with the family business before I went to the US for my master's.
Okay.
It wasn't easy working with mama because I was young, you know, you're
Was she tough?
Oh, sure. Mama's always been tough. I grew up with a belt, hey? If I did something wrong, I was gonna face it. But yeah, I did learn at that time. So, and then I went to the US, did my master's, came back, worked for Nestle, Tetra Pak, did a stint in Mauritius, and then finally came home. And you know, there's one time I just sat down and I'm like, you know what? It makes sense building the empire, the company empire, instead of building it for someone else. And that's when I decided to work for the family business. Before it was called Top Image. Then later on I changed the name to Top Image Africa because we're branching all over Africa. So it's been great. It's been great. And because of my experience working for Nestle and Tetra Pak, I can come to the table and mom listens because I have that experience, you know. While before, when I was doing my internship, I'll come with ideas and she's like, nah, that won't work. That won't work. But now you can see the difference. And I think it was good for me to get my experience elsewhere and come back.
As you can see, the feast is ready. You helped me make one of my major components, which was the salad. So I don't know what you want to start with first.
Honestly, I want to just pile everything on my plate. I'm super hungry and it looks amazing. So I'm not gonna do salads first and chicken. I want the chicken. I want the salads. I want the pasta.
Are there like rules to this game? No. So I think we should just start serving.
We're going in.
Yeah, let's just start going in. Now, I had mentioned to you that I made some butternut over here. And it's just because it's low carb and I know how keen you are on getting your fiber. So you can go ahead and get you some. Yes.
Nice. It looks very nice. So was this baked?
Yes, baked. And then it was just brushed with like a little bit of garlic oil, fresh fried garlic oil, and some herbs de Provence. So some chicken.
I do have my cheat meals. You know, I'll have my fried chicken, my chips, my coleslaw. You know, if once in a while I'll have a burger. But I keep on saying it's 80% of the time that matters. So my 20%, even have a glass of wine.
You shouldn't be modest. I think you shouldn't be modest.
Should I just dig in?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
You are being modest. To any young woman who's watching you right now, what are some words of encouragement you would give her?
Don't limit yourself. You have gifts, you have talents. You have to search for those gifts and talents and do it. Don't listen to what everyone tells you because you have the no slayers and then you have the ones who actually support you. So dig deeper, you know, and finding your talents and gifts. You will know by your friends and family saying, oh my God, you're so good at that, you're so good at that. Build on that, use that. And don't do what everyone is doing. Try to be different, try to be authentic. And I keep on saying, I'm always guided by a higher spirit, God. So spiritually, it's great to be balanced because you need that at times. You need that person you're talking to and airing all to. So, and then leave, enjoy life. Because life is never easy, but you can go through it.
I think for me, the most important thing that I've learned from you is that it's very important to constantly be aware of the energy that you're giving everything. Because everything you keep saying, even the woman you're speaking to, you want her to give it the right kind of energy to be able to receive it back as well. So I've had a pleasure.
Oh,
and I'm hoping the food was bomb.
Oh, it's amazing.
So we're gonna enjoy some blueberry lemonade. Cheers.
Sorry, cheers, clearly. Hungry and thirsty.
I love it.
I'm that positive person, always having a smile. You would know if I'm not happy, which is very rare. I rarely get upset, but you would know and I'll tell you. Yeah, if we're talking about working out, eating healthy, doing good or doing bad, you'll either find a way or you'll find an excuse. That's with everything in life.
That healthy relationship with food continues from juicing every day to everything that she creates in the kitchen. It's safe to say that no matter what's thrown her way, Bidanya Barassa will face it with the same grit and positivity that she has every single challenge that she has faced.